What's up guys, and welcome back to Adventure Belt. My name is Kelly. Today I am installing a brand new front bumper on my second gen 2013 Toyota Tacoma. This has been a long time coming. I've wanted a front bumper for this truck for a very long time, but really it's not my truck anymore. I gave it to my son. So this is going to be a more cost-effective, probably trying to stretch that dollar build, if you will, and I'll go through those amounts, but let's get into it. What we have here is the At the Helm Fabrication Overland front bumper with the full hoop. Now the full hoop is important because in Montana, when we get up there, obviously I leave tomorrow for Montana, so this needs to be super solid for deer, and then in the wintertime, it's getting a winch for recovery from snow. Now my son does not do any overlanding, so this is more of a Montana build because obviously the roads out there are very snowy, very icy, so snow is the big concern, getting off the road and then being able to get back on the road. Obviously the bumper has all the bracketry involved. I went with a full listing of Extreme LED lights, which are, they're an, I don't know, I wouldn't say high quality, but they are of quality of the less expensive brands. I went with the light bar, and basically I was gonna wait to do the lights till later, but when this bumper goes in, that light bar will not be able to fit in that bumper without removal. So I just took the plunge, got the lights now. I don't know if I'm gonna do the electric connections in this video, but it will get done at some point. And then of course we have the Smittybilt 12,000 pound synthetic line, 7 horsepower winch with wireless remote. Now don't let the faded paint and being just kind of not awesomely maintained fool you. This truck is 10 years old, only has 80,000 miles and runs like a champ. This thing is a beast. I love the second gen, so much stronger drivetrain than the third gen. I would take this drivetrain any day over my other third gen Tacoma. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove that front grille. There's 2 clips, one here, one here. I suggest using this clip removal tool. It is definitely much easier to use than a screwdriver, and they just come right out. This tool here is invaluable, getting these clips off without damage, although I'll also put in the description below a link to these clips in the Amazon cart. They get old, they get fragile, they crack like this one did. The first time these ever came out, and they're just breaking, they get brittle. So I have a bunch of these on hand for this specific scenario. And you've got a bolt here and a bolt here, 10 mil will remove them. And inside the grill here, you can kind of see, sorry the lighting is not great, but it's behind the headlight off to the side of it. At the bottom of the grill, you see the little pull tabs. There's one on each side. Remove that, and the bumper will, with a couple tabs, just slide right out. And right next to those 2 tabs are these little tongue looking, they're more like indicators than they are tabs. You just press them down a little bit and they just kind of pop right out. And so far there's 4 of them. So these are the tabs right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they just kind of notch in. You can see the little lip here. All you do is depress them up from the bottom and they'll kind of pop right out. Take a little bit of pulling, but you can get it right out. And next, we're gonna remove the trim fascia underneath the headlamp. And all it is 2 little clips. You pinch them, pulls right out. On the trim piece here, this little green nub, all you're doing is basically taking a pair of pliers and pinching that down, and it kind of pops right out. Everything on here is just a brittle. It's a 10-year-old truck. The Arizona sun just kills all the plastic. So on the other end here, I actually thought I broke it, but it's actually just a slot. This is just a receptacle. The slot enters into here. So you just give it a pull tug outward from the fender and it'll come out. And these long handled, long nosed, angled needle nose pliers come in clutch getting those green clips off. Step 3, I guess, would be to remove the bumper. Now there's a bunch of 10 millimeter bolts under the underside of the bumper. There's 2 in the fender, and then there's a bunch along the bottom, and then 2 more in the other fender. Basically gonna go through and just remove all of those. You'll see they just kind of line the whole bumper across. And now that that's done, I'm gonna unplug the wires to the fog lights, and I forgot a bolt. Now that everything's loose and obviously about to come off, I left this one last rivet right here. That way it didn't fall and hit the ground. Not like I'm gonna reuse it, but maybe I can give it or sell it to someone that might be in need of a second gen front bumper that is in excellent condition. And it's off. Step 4, I lost count, I think that's it, is going to removing the front bumper support. So right now, I have to use a long socket because of the way the threads are sticking out for the bolt. It's a 14 millimeter, and it is a very tight clearance. Let's hopefully I can get this nut off. After a little persuading, it's off. Now I'm just going to reinstall the trim pieces. All these do is index in to the slot, align the green hole, push it in. That is going to complete the disassembly of the front bumper to be able to get the At the Helm fabrication with all the goodies back on, which is going to take some pre-assembly. Let's do that now. So the bumper comes with these brackets. These brackets are to the light bar. These brackets are to the pods. Now these come all bare, everything, the whole bumper comes bare. I'll have them powder coated black for protection more than anything else, because you really can't see them because they're behind the bumper, but at least they won't rust. For the light bar, we're using these button bolts and nylock nuts. Button bolts going from the front of the bumper to the back where we're going to be working. Now I'm using the Extreme LED hardware to mount the light bar using the At the Helm Fabrications bracket. So it just direct mounts right to it. I'll tell you what, getting this bracket put on these lights is like playing a Frisbee game at the carnival. You are never going to get it. It's super frustrating. It's like luck every time I get one on. Yay! Ah, mother. It's so frustrating. I think the flat washer is the hardest one to get on because it's so wide it doesn't want to go anywhere. Alright, and that's how it's done. It's a carnival game. If you know a better way, comment below. We're going to use the Extreme LED hardware to put the light onto the At the Helm fabrication bracket, and they tighten down with a 14 mil bolt and a 13 mil nut. And we're going to make some adjustments. We're not going to tighten down all the way. Now we're putting the bolt, At the Helm fabrication hardware, nut and bolt. It's obviously the smaller hardware. Goes in from behind. This goes right up front like that. Just going to center in the hole the best we can. There will obviously be some fine tuning once the bumper is in position. Quick winch install. Install the square nuts. These will usually fall out because that's kind of luck I have with this. Route the cable through, that way I don't get it stuck in there. Of course they already fall out. Like I said, it's kind of luck I have. These ratcheting wrenches are a lifesaver when it comes to mounting in tight spaces. Almost ready to get this bumper put on. However, before, I forgot this tow hook right here. It's not the big one that's welded on. It's the one on the passenger side that's bolted on. It's got to come off. All right, let's get it put on.
Yep. There you go. Okay. I believe this side is okay. You got the weight?
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna work. The winch is too high.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
Pull it off.
Okay.
So the top of the winch plate is actually impacting right here on this bracket. I'm just gonna relieve this right here. All it is support. I'm not gonna really use it for anything imperative. And you can remove the top box off the winch. However, it's just easier to recess this, keep it on there nice and solid.
We're like not quite aligned with the holes. There we go, my side's in. My side's in. I'll hold my weight, you do your side. Yeah! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
It's on and it looks really good, but it's not done yet. I have to align it, tighten everything down. I'm just gonna hook up the winch really quick because that's literally 2 bolts. And I'm doing the lights a different day. It's getting late. It's almost 2 o'clock. I still have to pack up everything and we leave tomorrow for Montana. So let's get the alignment done. So right now we've got a little over a 1-inch gap. We're looking for a 1/2-inch gap. You gotta remember that the frame twists on the Tacomas, so a 1/2-inch gap will give us enough clearance in case things start to move. It won't jack anything up. That's way too close. That's about 1/4. Let's go a little bit lower. I'd rather have a full 1/2 inch than a short 1/2 inch. There you go. Almost forgot another step. So this is the frame tie-in. It ties into the 2 factory front bumper bolts. It goes in like this, and you get to pull these plugs into the frame mount, and it basically bolts right into the frame using Altown Fabrications hardware. While I'm here, I'm gonna fix this fender. I'm not using this socket for my fog light, so I'm actually just gonna zip tie it way up and out of the way. These flush cut zip tie cutters are amazing as well. I'm gonna kind of figure out where I want to cut this, still be able to tie it up somewhere. I'm gonna put a little hole right here and zip tie it right under the frame right here. There's a little hole there, and that might just push up under there. Yeah, that'll take care of that. We're gonna install the winch really quick since the grill is off. Make it super convenient to do. Much easier to route the wires because it literally is 2 wires. I'm gonna go in front of that bracket. I want it up against the grill, behind the headlight, pop out right there. Real easy, red positive, black negative. I'm just gonna pop them through behind the headlight. That way it's kind of out of the way of the hood. Do the positive first. Second thought, I'm actually gonna go to the ground on the body right here. Two more things to do. The end caps at the bottom of the bumper are coming off. I'm using a 17mm because they have 0 purpose whatsoever. And then, if you look deep in here, inside of the little triangle, there's another hole below where the factory bolt goes. That's a spot for another bolt to go through. Right there at the bottom of the triangle on the side of the bumper. And it's the only long bolts with the Altown Fabrication bumper, with the washer through the back, into the hole, and a washer and a nylock nut. And we're gonna tighten it down with a 5/8 wrench and socket. So the winch remote is dead when we plug it in hardwired. There we go. All right, let's get this grill put on. The grill supposedly goes on the same way it came off, except there's no bottom tabs. So we're gonna have to zip tie the bottom tabs on there if it's a little loose. It's pretty solid in there. I don't think might need to put a couple zip ties in there at some point. The At The Home Fabrication bumper is in, and it looks so good. I love this style bumper on this truck. It just looks amazing. That 2nd gen, it's really, this bumper was made for this truck. Literally, it was made for this truck. However, my one tiny little gripe, sorry about the wind, is that Altown Fabrication uses standard hardware with metric vehicle, which kind of is annoying. I have to go and get standard sockets and wrenches. It's not in my usual kit that I kind of roll out here to work on my metric vehicles. Only complaint, other than that, this bumper is amazing. I love the way it looks. I love the way it fit, especially that with that satin black powder coat, looks amazing. The extreme LED lights, once I got the brackets put in on those pods, which was a complete pain in the ass, went in great, no problems at all. Haven't wired them up yet. That will be in another video because I am super behind schedule, if you can believe that. And then the Smittybilt winch, except for missing some hardware and the mounting and the Fairlead, I don't know where all this stuff went. I had pulled it out a little while ago. I don't know if I misplaced it somewhere. I don't know, either way, it's gone. I have to find something else. Maybe I'll order one from Smittybilt. I'm sure it was me, not them. And yeah, everything went great. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe, help the channel grow, and I will see you guys next time.